All right, let's bring in Joey Muldowney from Uconn. And that is where we wanted to start, Joey. We wanted to ask you about what it was like going over there to Switzerland for the Spengler Cup. Is this something you've done before? Is it unlike any experience that you had? Just take us through what that was like for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've never been over to Europe before, so this was definitely something new. I've never had the chance to really represent, I guess, the U.S. in a sense. I mean, I know we had some Canadians and Slovakian on our team, but it was still, still very cool to be able to do that. And I mean, it was an unbelievable experience.
Joey, I mean, from looking at the clips of the atmosphere from the building itself, which looked pretty cool, to even just the run that you guys went on, beating the hosts, playing a tough game against Canada, all these things. What did you feel like you guys proved as a group about college hockey? I know it's not fully about that, but I imagine that had to be some of the motivation. What was kind of your takeaways there, and what you felt like you guys were able to accomplish as a group?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was a lot of unknown going into the tournament. I know that it was a big question on if we were going to be able to compete with the pros over there and keep up with them. But I think honestly, we pushed the pace for those older guys. That was kind of our goal. Is they wanted to slow the game down, um, and we just wanted to push the pace, push the tempo, and play as fast as we possibly could. Just because we had the younger, more conditioned edge, I think. So, and then in terms of just college hockey, I think that I believe the tournament was streamed across like 20 countries or something like
Mhm.
that. So to show what level college hockey's at, and in terms of what comparing it to pro hockey in Switzerland and some of those other leagues that played and participated, it just opened up the eyes for more young kids. I think maybe have college hockey be an option for them.
Yeah, and you talk about how maybe it was an advantage for you guys to be a little bit younger, a little bit faster. But what was it like playing against pros? Do you think that it helps you guys that got to experience that maybe understand a little bit more about what you might be going against once you graduate? What was it like compared to what you see day to day in the NCAA?
Yeah, I mean those guys they're men, right? Like the average age on those teams are probably 30 years old, and there's a lot of guys on that team that have played hundreds of games in the National Hockey League. So I mean they're just bigger, faster. They're strong. They're super strong in the puck. Their details are sharp. So it was a learning thing, right? Like it was also, yeah, it was an opportunity to be an observer, and kind of compare yourself and see where you're at, right? Like for me as a younger, um, smaller guy, like I know I gotta get in the gym, right? Like I gotta get stronger on the puck. I gotta make faster plays. I gotta do a lot of things, right? So it was definitely a great experience in the sense of evaluating yourself and maybe some stuff that you need to improve to play at the pro level.
Joey, speaking of that, it kind of ties into everything we're talking about. Take us through the decision for you to come back and play another year at UConn, and what was kind of the biggest things for you in wanting to give it another go.
I mean, it's college, right? Like it's fun. When I never rushed to juniors, I played and graduated high school at a school in Buffalo when I was 17, 18 years old, and then went and played juniors, right? Like I've never really rushed anything in my career. So, why do that to the pro level? The level when it's a job, when it's a serious business, where it's if you're not providing value, or if you're not producing, then you just get sent somewhere else, right. It's like, why not come back to school, enjoy my time, develop, get bigger, stronger, faster, and just enjoy the year with my brothers, right? So
I talked to your head coach, Mike Kavanaugh, earlier today, and I asked him if there was anything fun about you or any comps that he had about you. He said he compared you to somebody he coached earlier in his career, Brian Giunta. I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to him. And then I also heard that you idolized Patrick Kane when you were growing up, used to wear 88. Is that correct? Are those two guys that maybe you take a little bit from?
Yeah. I mean, growing up, Gianta, Buffalo guy. Yeah, I've seen him around the ranks. His younger son, he's a year younger than me. He played at the Junior Sabres at the same time that I did. So it was pretty cool growing up and seeing Brian Gianta around the ranks. And then, yeah, Patrick Kane, that was always a fun guy to watch. I know he's a Buffalo guy, one of the greatest American players of all time. He's smaller like me. So, yeah, that was definitely a guy I idolized growing up, and try to take parts from his game and put it in mine.
Joey, that run last year that you guys went on to get to TD Garden, to get to the NCAA tournament for the first time, it feels like Uconn hockey's in a really good place right now. And obviously the success of last year stood out, but it also just felt like a special group. We got to do a bunch of those games on NESN, and it was so much fun to follow you guys. What was that like going on that run and being able to push Uconn hockey to heights that it's never been to before with the group that you guys have had?
Yeah, I mean, it was a privilege to be a part of that team, right? We seriously built something in that locker room that is gonna stick now, right? Like, we set the standard, we set the culture last year, and there's still parts to add to the culture, but I think last year was a serious step in a huge direction for this program. And it started with great leadership between Hudson and John Spetz, and then it was just everybody buying in, and being able to be a part of it and be an important part of it. It's pretty cool, right? And the only thing that I want to do now is be able to leave the impact that those two left when they left UConn.
Well, we're looking forward to watching you try to get back to the Garden and to the NCAA tournament over the next couple of months, Joey. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
That's Joey Muldowney of Uconn hockey. When we come back, we're going to move over to the women's side and look at the standings and talk a little bit of Beanpot, which is right here. It's on the horizon. Stay with us. That's next.